Taurus. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the third week of December. December week 3. Can you believe it? Here in just a couple of weeks, we're going to be saying 2026. That's insane, dude. Doesn't even sound right, man. Doesn't even feel right, you know? Anyway, though, all right, so information regarding how to schedule a personal reading can be found in the description of this video. This is a weekly check-in, so it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. Let's see how the energy's looking between Taurus and the person they're dealing with. December, week 3. How's it looking for Taurus? Taurus and the person they're dealing with. Emperor, reversed. Some of you dealing with an Aries. Judgment reversed. So, still unfinished business, unanswered questions. Oh, you know what? This is interesting. I'm feeling like you're really starting to. I don't even know how to explain this. I'm not saying that you don't care anymore, but it's almost like you're at peace with things. You know, like if there's nothing I can do about this, then fuck it. It is what it is. You know. Now the person you're dealing with, on the other hand, the more you start radiating that energy of like genuinely not caring. It's one thing to pretend you don't care. I'm not saying that that can't have any effect, but when you're actually radiating that energy, oh, that's 10 times more intimidating. Oh, it's 10 times. When you literally stop caring, that scares people. That scares people. That freaks people out. So I'm thinking that just on an energetic level, this person may not even consciously realize that it's happening or why. But the more time passes, the more intimidated that this person gets regarding whether or not they should ever approach you, regarding what they would say to you, regarding whether or not they have hope that this will ever go anywhere, which I think both of you are just kind of starting to lose hope, you know? Um, hmm. Well, shit. Okay. Some of y'all are dealing with an Aries. I also have Aquarius, could be a fellow Taurus. I have Virgo here. All right. Well, it's kind of looking like throwing in the white towel energy coming into this here. Okay. Well, let's see their deepest feelings and intentions towards you at the deepest level. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Person Taurus is dealing with. Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, man. That kind of feels like surrender to me. You know what? This honestly kind of feels a little bit like the Aries reading. I guess some of you could be dealing with an Aries, but it's not the exact same message, but it's very similar. It's kind of in line with what came through for Aries. Is that going to be the theme for the week? There's always a theme for the week, always. Is that what it is? Is everybody on both sides just stepping back and letting go and saying, fuck it? Is that what it is? I mean, I think this person does want to be with you at the deepest level. When it all comes down to it, at the deepest possible level, I think they do actually want to be with you. But they don't have the faith that that would ever work out, I don't think. For those of you who dealt with somebody with an addiction issue, no, they have not gotten clean. No, they have not. No, they haven't. But this person's still guarded towards you. You know, they're just scared. They're nervous. That's nine of swords. I don't know why I'm holding it up. You can't tell by looking at it, but yeah, they're nervous, guarded, and intimidated with this. Not really a lot to say, honestly. This is one of those types of people that doesn't go very deep. You know, so when it comes to trying to read their energy, there's not a lot to say. You know, when you have somebody that's kind of stupid, they're not really that articulately thought out. There's not very much substance to them. They don't go very deep. There's not a lot to say. They don't go any deeper than that. You try to dig and you hit a rock. Won't let you go any deeper. So, okay. Some of you dealing with a Saggy. I also have Capricorn and Leo. But again, it could be anybody. It's just the energy on the table. Let's get the advice here. What advice do we have for Taurus for the third week of December? What's the advice? Ooh, star card in the upright. Hang on. Okay. And the chariot. I knew it. Okay. Stop trying to figure out how to create something that's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Stop trying to control how things happen. Don't do that. You're shifting into a phase that you're never going to be prepared for because you've never experienced anything like it. See, the ego analytical thinking brain, this thing here is nothing but a record of past experiences. That's all this thing is. So when you have nothing but a record of past experiences, there is nothing that you have learned in the past that's sufficient enough for you to be able to figure out every step from A to Z how to create something that's unlike anything you've experienced before. Now, a record of past experiences does have its advantages. There's lots of wisdom in there. There's lots of lessons. There's lots of things that you've learned, okay? But you're not going to be able to use that to go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z, planning out every step. No, you're going to have to trust the process. You're going to have to trust the process. That's what the chariot's all about. Okay. See, the dude in this chariot right here, at the end of the day, he's not really the one in control. These powerful animals controlling the chariot are the ones in control. At the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, if they say we're going this way, ain't nothing he can fucking do about it. He can fight it if he wants. Best case scenario, he's just going to cause it to crash and burn. Best thing he can do is step back and say, all right, then, I guess we're going this way. And it might be a scary journey. There may be some things that go wrong. Quit trying to control it. If it's out of your control, trust that it's part of the plan. That doesn't mean don't do nothing. Again, I was telling Aries this too. So similar to the Aries video. I'm not saying don't do nothing. I'm not saying be lazy. I'm not saying be aimless. I'm saying do your best. And when you do your best, that's all you can do. Once you do your best, there's nothing else you can do. If the universe is still fighting against you, all you're going to do is run yourself into the ground. That's all you're going to do. So you're shifting into a phase in life right now that you're never going to be fully prepared for, and you're never going to be able to figure it out. You're not going to know what's right around the corner. You're not going to know how things are going to unfold. You have no idea the destination point that you're about to arrive at? No idea. No idea. You're going to need to trust that the universe is taking you there, though. That's a real spiritual path. This is for everybody. I don't care who you are. Don't care what your sign is. Don't care why you're watching this video. You know, a real spiritual path? The real spiritual people who are good at manifesting and good at making things happen in their life, and they have a good relationship with the universe. Some people are under the impression that they have something all figured out. No, they don't. They don't have shit figured out. People who are really good at manifesting and making things happen in their life, there's only one thing that they figured out, and that is how and when to step back and let the universe do shit for them, and trust that no matter what happens, it's going to eventually end up benefiting them one day. That is a spiritual path. Think it sounds easy? Give it a fucking try. Give it a try, whatever you're going through right now. Everybody's going through something tough right now. Well, most people. I mean, if I would imagine if you're watching me, you are. How easy is it to just hand it over and trust that the universe is doing it for a reason? It's not easy, is it? No, it's not. But that's a spiritual path. So, with this transition you're going through and whatever you're dealing with regarding this person right here, the transition that you're going through is going to have so many unexpected twists and turns. I promise you, when you're on the other side of this, you're going to look back in awe. You're going to look back and realize, I never would have been able to figure out how to make that happen in a million years on my own. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. So, this is one of those times where shifting into this next cycle, take your hands off the wheel, let the universe guide you. All right, let's see what the energy is looking like generally for the singles. What's coming in for the singles? Anything new? Anything old? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything at all? Single Tauruses, what's coming in? Uh-oh, King of Wands reverse. Somebody might try to fucking play games with you, though. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yeah, I think you're going to be tested. Oh, you go. Oh, you going to be tested. Boom. 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 That's a test right there. That is a test. What's being tested? Your emotional integrity, your emotional abundance. And when you're tested, it's tempting and challenging for most people. For most people. But on the other side, like I said just a minute ago, on the other side of this, what you're shifting into, you're turning into a different version of you, which is just another way of saying you're shifting into a new frequency. And what's due to come in after that is finally the long-term stability that you've been wanting this whole time. But you know what you're going to realize by the time this does finally come in? That even if it did come in when you thought you wanted it, you wouldn't have been ready for it. You'll realize that. You'll look back and you'll say, I'm glad that that didn't happen when I wanted it to happen, or I would have fucked it up. The whole thing would have been sabotaged completely. I wasn't ready for it. So, yeah, everything you're going through right now is preparing you to finally kick off your running shoes, settle down, relax. Yeah, you're shifting into a new cycle, but you're going to be tested. Oh, and the Page of Wands, though. Page of Wands, Seven of Swords, King of Wands reversed, Three of Swords. That's a test. Yeah, okay. Man, there's so much of this shit. Man, look what's on the other side of this. Look at what is on the other side of this, though. Lover's card. Empress. Shit. Sweet. Okay. Well, Let's see what advice we have. I'm just going to throw the advice out there for everybody. All the Tauruses watching this video, whatever advice needs to be thrown out there that'll do the most good for the collective. What advice do we have for Taurus? Hey, we were just talking about this, and I was just telling fucking Aries this. We already talked about this, so I'm not going to beat this to death. But remember, we were just talking about the chariot. Remember that? This person's a female in this deck. She's not really the one in control of the chariot. Not at the end of the fucking day. These powerful animals represents the universe, the dualistic spectrum of the universe, the masculine, the feminine, the good, the bad, the right, the wrong, right? These are the ones in control. If they start veering off course and fighting against what you're trying to do, you better know when to let go and say, okay, all right, I guess we're going this way then. I'm not saying don't do nothing at all. Give it a try. Try to tug and say, no, we're going this way. Once you receive so much pushback from the universe, learn to discern when the universe is saying no. Do you know that if everybody woke up and learned that overnight, probably 80% of our problems would disappear? If we could just learn when the universe is saying no. Because sometimes the universe isn't saying no. Sometimes the universe says, okay, you're going to have to go through an obstacle course. How do I determine the difference between whether or not I'm going through an obstacle course and whether or not the universe is fighting against me? That can be tricky, but a couple of things that I've learned on my journey is that what you want to look for is shit that makes zero fucking sense. No sense. The harder you try to figure it out, the less sense it makes. The harder you try to fight it, the harder it fights against you. The harder you try to figure it out, the more confusing it gets. Right? Shit happens that defies the laws of logic. I just bought a brand new car yesterday. There was 5 miles on it when I drove it off the lot. And I tried to drive over to this person's house yesterday and the engine blew. How the fuck a brand new car going to blow the engine? That's the universe saying, no, don't go to that person's house. Shit happens that makes no sense. When you're just being challenged, you'll see progress. It may not be a lot, it may only be a little bit. You'll still be making some forward movement. When the universe is trying to pull you off of the path you're on, your ship will be sinking. You'll take one step forward and 10 steps back. The harder you try to climb uphill, the faster you'll slide down it. The harder you try to swim upstream, the further back it's pushing you. Like there will be the opposite of progress. I don't know what the antonym for progress is, but yeah, your life will be a misery. You think you're going through challenges and obstacles, and that's miserable? Miserable? Oh, wait until the universe is trying to tell you no and pull you off the path you're on. Oh, oh, oh. Monitor your thoughts, monitor your vibration, monitor your frequency. Okay. For those of you wanting to bring anyone back into your life, anyone, doesn't matter who it is. If you've already given them 1 second chance, that's all you need to know. It's all you need to know. If you're about to bring someone back into your life for the first time and give them a second chance for the first time, this better be the last time you do it. Because the way they respond to this reconciliation attempt is going to tell you what kind of person you're dealing with. Right? They're either going to be the kind of person who has an attack of conscience and genuinely appreciates that second chance, in which case you will actually see them working to make a change and do things differently, or they're going to take it as a sign of weakness. They're going to say, I got away with it. I know how to get what I want out of you. And they're just going to do the same thing all over again. If you're about to bring someone back into your life for the third, fourth, fifth time, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. They've already shown you what they're going to do, and they're going to do it again. And if you bring them back again, they're going to do it again. Bring them back again, they're going to do it again. Oh, you'll spin around on that merry-go-round until death does you part. I promise you that. I promise you that. And if you're okay with that, then I respect that. But if you think that somebody is going to change after they've already shown you 10 times that they're not, you're fucking delusional. I don't feel sorry for you. But for those of you that level up, for those of you who can push through this tough period that you're going through right now, shit, 2026 has got blessings waiting on you that are going to blow your fucking mind. Blow your mind. The universe is going to bring someone into your life that's going to make you look back at everyone you ever found yourself tripping over, and you going to laugh your ass off. You going to laugh your ever loving ass off. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.